Hello my babies, welcome back to my backyard. I'm gonna be throwing some dirt on this garden bed and then covering it up with some wet cardboard. So I just thought I'd bring you along so you could see the progress. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spread that dirt a little bit and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to continue that until I get it spread out and add some more as I need it, and then I will be back. Okay, so now I am going to lay down some wet cardboard. I tried to pull out as much grass as I could, but it's not easy. So I'm hoping I have enough cardboard for to cover the whole bed, but if we don't, we'll do with what we have. I have some of those bags from the cat litter and cat food and whatever. So I'll cover the rest up with those if I don't have enough cardboard. So let me get to it. Okay, so let me finish that and then I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I went ahead and laid down the wet cardboard. I stole cardboard from the other garden bed that I'm starting over there. I had a lot of leftover boxes from Poshmark. They're free from the post office because Poshmark used to use only those packages. But then Poshmark changed to Ground Advantage only. And so now we don't use these boxes, but because they've all been opened, I couldn't send them back to the post office. So I laid them down on my bed and yeah, just covering the ground. I didn't wet them like I did these. These pieces of cardboard have been soaking in this compost water. I got a big ball of compost. I put it in that, I can't see. I put it in that mesh thing. I forgot what it's called. Anyways, I put it in that. Then I let it soak overnight in the water. Then I put the cardboards in there to soak up. And that's what this one's doing right now. So while that's soaking, I'm going to show you around. So I have one little piece over there that I still need to do. But other than that, everything has been soaked and laid down on that bed. I was able to, I can't see where I'm pointing, but I was able to put the T-posts in. So I've got 2, 4, 5 T-posts, and then I'm still contemplating on how I'm going to make the opening right here, because I'd like to be able to get in there to plant corn. I'm going to plant corn, green beans, and then I need to be able to get in there and weed. So somehow I need to make an opening right here. This is where I'd like it, but I don't know. We'll see. So while this is soaking, let me tell you about that area over there. I went ahead and just laid down cardboard, and my water faucet leaks water, but it's such a slow leak that it doesn't even affect my bill. I shouldn't be saying that on TV, I mean on YouTube, right? But it is. All that extra water that I'm losing, I'm putting in that bucket, and that's what I water my plants with when I don't have rainwater. So since it spills over, you know, I just move it around the cardboard, and so the cardboard gets wet. So yeah, let me take you to the back of the storage room. I started a new compost area. So I took it away from this area over here. Just one corner, and in that corner I laid down some dirt, and then I planted some spinach. So it's always in the shade, and I'm hoping that once it gets a little warmer, it's kind of cloudy out today and it's been really breezy. So I don't know if we're getting another cold front or what's happening, but I'm hoping that once the sun comes out, I'll be able to grow that spinach, and it won't go to seed too fast because it's in the shade. So let me take you over there, and then I'll show you behind the storage room. I cleaned up the junk that was left from my son when he did that cleanup in my backyard, and I'm gonna start the compost over there. So hold on. So this is my little spinach area. I still have this little hugelkultur going on right here. That was my old mulberry tree. I have several. I have one here, one over there where my peas are, and one by the wall. So I've been throwing compost in here, but now I'm going to stop doing that so that it could cure. And I took out the compost that was behind that log area, and threw some dirt in there and planted some spinach. So let me go see if we have any sprouts yet. I think I planted it 3 days ago. I'm not sure when it's supposed to sprout. So nothing yet. Of course I have to cover it up because the cats. So yeah, some farmers, some homesteaders have trouble with rabbits and gophers and moles and all that stuff. I have trouble with cats. Anyways, so yeah, I have a lot of the compost in these cat litter boxes. I washed them out and then left them out here in the sun, and now they're holding my compost. And I have another one over there. Oh, hold on. I got stuck on the netting back here by the chicken coop. Anyways, there's the compost bucket over there that I use to seep in that water. So let me take you to the side of the storage room. So this is the south side of my storage room. I used to have a little tree right here, just like my neighbor's tree right there. I think it's a Palo Verde or something like that. And my daughter dug it up and tried to take it home and see if it would grow for her, but it didn't. But now another one's growing. But over there in the corner, let me see if I can put you down. In the corner over there, I have my new compost area. Oh my goodness. So I weeded some weeds from around the car behind me, and I put them in there. That I started the compost with that steeped compost, the dirt that I used to steep, and so I threw it down there, and I'm gonna throw the weeds in there and then start throwing my kitchen scraps in there. So hopefully it will all work out. Let me go do that now before I move this thing. That's my sled that I use to move things around the yard. So let me take you to the other side. Okay, so this is the back side of my storage room. I was able to get rid of a lot of the old wood that was back here, and still have those few pieces of wood, old wood, that I couldn't get into that trailer that my son had in the backyard, so they're just staying there. I also have what do you call them, laminate floor panels down there, so that I can keep the cats from going in there. So since I moved all the wood, now I gotta nail those panels down. So that's another job for another day. Let me turn you around. Here's the other hugelkultur that I've got over here. I was throwing kitchen scraps in there too, so now I'm gonna let that rest. I threw some dirt or compost that I had in another bucket. I threw it on top of that. There's my little, I call it a pineapple palm tree that's still growing. One day I will move it, but not now. So let me take you over there. Here again is my other little garden area. I've got the 2 buckets ready for my fig trees that I'm going to transplant, my bare root fig trees. And so they're ready. I got them washed and sanitized and ready to go. And oh, you can see that my son's trailer is gone. My peas and carrots, I finally took out the cardboard from the carrots down there because I started seeing some sprouts, but they're very thin little sprouts, so I don't know if the carrots are gonna make it. My Chinese cabbage is still going on, so let me go show you that. Here we are at the peas. That's my sunflower. It is growing another sunflower down there. And I also put some water for there's one in the little medicine bottle. But I put some water up here for the hummingbirds because I've seen one lonely hummingbird flying around here. It gets right up to my face. And I thought I'd put some water out here for it. So yeah, the peas, they've sprouted. I have like 4 of them sprouted. And then the carrots, just very tiny little sprouts, very thin. So I don't know if they're gonna grow. So we'll see. My cabbage is growing nicely. I've got 4 cabbage plants. That's doing good. They're just, I don't know, I can't tell if those are true leaves or not, but they're still good in there, so we'll see how they grow. I still have my rosemary in that bucket that survived the winter, and I just planted, where am I? I can't see where I'm at. I just planted some sage. It's supposed to be blue, a blue flower of sage in that pot over there. So we'll see if that grows. So here's the little area where I cleared some weeds. You can't really tell because there's a lot of weeds still, but they're pretty tough. And I'm thinking that in this area where I had grown some radishes, I'm going to section it off for beans, pinto beans, and I forgot what the other kind of bean was that I wanted to put in there, but I'll start with pinto just to have something growing, you know, and the dirt isn't bare. There's my Dot. She's always crying out here. She probably wants to go inside. Anyways, well, that's about it, you guys. I got you all updated, and we'll see what happens for next week. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.